AI agents are becoming incredibly useful. They can write code, edit files, browse information, and automate tasks. But there is a problem. Most people are running these agents in the cloud and paying for every token they use. As AI agents become more powerful, they also become more expensive. Long context windows, tool calls, and heavy usage can quickly drive up costs. If local hardware isn't powerful enough, then cloud AI may become unavoidable. Today, I'm testing whether a local AI agent running on an AMD RX 9070 XT can actually compete. By the end of this video, we'll know how fast it is, how much memory it uses, what it struggles with, and whether it's practical enough to replace cloud AI for everyday work. So before we can find out whether local AI can compete with the cloud models, we first need a local agent setup that can actually handle real work. For this test, I'm using Hermes Desktop connected to LM Studio running locally on my machine. LM Studio is serving the model, while Hermes provides the agent interface and tool execution capabilities. The model I'm running is Gemma 4, 12 billion, QAT, which is quantized aware training, Q4, which means it is the quantized level 4, with 64,000 token context window, which is the default for Hermes, all powered by my AMD RX 9070 XT. One of the reasons I want to test this setup is that it's surprisingly simple. There are no cloud APIs involved, no monthly subscription costs, and all of the inference happens directly on local hardware. To get a baseline, I started with a simple prompt directly inside LM Studio. Nothing agentic yet, I just wanted to see what kind of raw inference performance this setup could deliver. Here I'm loading the model. It is Gemma 4 with 64,000 context. Starting a new chat, we can say hello and press enter. And the results were surprisingly good. Using Gemma 4 12B on the RX 9070 XT, I was seeing roughly 60 tokens per second during generation. For a local model running entirely on consumer hardware, that's generally impressive. But raw generation speed is only part of the story. AI agents don't just generate text, they need to process files, maintain context, execute tools, and handle much larger workloads. So the next step was seeing what actually happens when we move beyond a simple prompt and start using the model as an actual agent. Now over here in the Hermes Desktop app, let's say hello. So in the beginning, it will take some time to generate because Hermes actually injects some context into the model, which is all of the steps that all of the instructions that Hermes, the agent, needs. So this is why you will see that it will take some time processing the prompt. Now, once that's done, it will be faster in the next steps. And there we go, we got the answer. And let's see, it says I can build and run code, manage files, interact with web pages, handle GitHub workflows, and more. Awesome. So what I want to do right now is just create a simple HTML page and let's test out how well it does in coding. Create an HTML page with a simple game. It's asking me which kind of game that you want. Let's try Pong. We can see inside it's thinking that it's creating a plan, create a file named pong.html, include a canvas, write JavaScript. So I'll come back once it's done. So it's actually created the HTML file. Let's open it up. And there, this is what it looks like. WASD to go up and down. And wow, it's pretty fast. And I'm losing so much. Now, this is a simple HTML file. And the ball is going so fast. Awesome. It's quite amazing that we have this running locally and it just generates this stuff. And obviously you can improve on it and refine it. But there you go, it can actually create an HTML file with a game. For the next step, let's see how well it takes advantage of the 64K context. Over here, I have a directory which contains some code for my Tech Arcade website. So let's give it the directory and ask it, can you go over this directory and create a summary of what is inside? So this is testing how well it can read all of the paths and all of the files inside, and now searching for the files and thinking, and we told it to create the summary. Let's see how well it does. Now you might find that using the same setup, that sometimes it will get stuck in a long prompt processing stage. This could be because the directory that I gave it is quite big, it has a lot of things, so let's see how well it can handle it. It's been 3 minutes so far, and I'll give it some time to keep working. Now, this is one of the drawbacks that you might see with local models instead of the cloud models, is that sometimes they get stuck and sometimes they take longer to do something than the cloud models. And there it is, now it's done. It took around 3 to 4 minutes, but that was because it got stuck with the prompt processing when the context got too big. But there we go. It says that it's a multi-application project about an arcade, and it's quite good. It actually was able to do the task that I told it. And as you can see, our context is 39K out of 64, which is quite amazing. Next up, let's test the model and the agent on modifying the code that it created for the Pong game. Over here, we can see that the Pong game, the ball is too fast and there's no menu or anything, and the graphics are a bit simple. So I will ask it to modify the Pong game that you created. Add a menu with a start and pause button. Slow down the ball a little bit and add some colors and UI to the game. Because usually the models and agents, when you create something in the first try, it's never gonna get it correct, all correct in the first try. Depends, you can improve the first attempt that it generates by having a large instruction that you write, but usually you just sell it to create a game and it will do it. But let's see how the model can modify the thing that it created. Now you can see when I pressed enter, LM Studio gets the message and is starting to process the prompt. So the plan that it's creating, I can read it, is to read the Pong HTML, get the current code, modify JavaScript. Now it's executing the plan. So once that's done, we will see how well it does. Now, it took a bit of a setup to add LM Studio to Hermes Desktop. To do that, you'd go to the settings and go to providers and API keys. And over here, you'll see all of the connections that it can have. And thankfully, LM Studio is one of them. But the only thing that you need to do is override the base URL. And to do that, you can see over here the URL that it's saying that you can connect to. You can just copy that and paste it over here and add /v1. That way you can make Hermes reach the LM Studio on the local machine. And we can see over here that it actually failed and it recognized that it failed. This was doing the patch file tool, where it wanted to just adjust the text and not rewrite it all at the same time. So now it's going to try to update the HTML again. And okay, now it's done. It says I've updated the pong.html, new UI has been added, pause functionality, visual overhaul. One thing to notice as well, since I mixed the context with the Tech Arcade project from before, it kind of added it here. But you need to be a bit more specific with the local models and make sure to not mix up the context. Now let's see what it says. Pong, Tech Arcade, Retro Pong Experience, start game. Now the ball is a bit slower, but it increases in speed just randomly if the angle is a bit off. But it did improve the visuals and it added some UI glow. So it can follow instructions and modify the code in the project that you are creating. Now, if you've done many projects with AI or tried to work with it, you need a lot of refinement and iteration to do that. So I think this is one of the points where local models are kind of still improving and cloud models are better at, because they're bigger and they're faster and they can understand your intentions a bit more efficiently. For example, as well, it missed that I wanted to add a pause button. It did not do that. So these are the kind of limitations that you can have with local models. But this is just for coding, and you can ask the model to create many things and many different workflows. But the thing to watch out for is as you increase the context, again, our memory usage. Now you can see that I'm using 24 gigabytes out of 32 gigabytes. This is just the total memory usage. But the LM Studio and the Llama server in the backend is using 1 gigabyte extra. So the model itself is small, it's 7 gigabytes in size, while in the GPU, it's saying that we used 11 gigabytes out of 16. So this is the extra overhead for the context and all of that. When you're using cloud models, you don't usually worry about the memory and you don't really care about this stuff. But locally, if you have different apps or games running or anything else running on your system, it will be noticeably slow once you kind of reach your memory limits. Can a local AI agent on an RX 9070 XT compete with cloud AI? For a lot of everyday development tasks, I think the answer is yes. This setup was able to generate code, understand existing projects, and modify applications while running entirely on local hardware. But the biggest limitation wasn't generation speed, it was the time required to process larger context before generating a response. Now with a smaller model it will be faster, obviously, but I chose Gemma 4 because it's the largest and most recent model that came out, and I think it's the most capable and the one that fits within my GPU's specification. So while the agent wasn't perfect, and neither are cloud models, it completed most of the tasks I gave it, but occasionally it missed some requirements and needed more additional guidance. What I find most interesting isn't necessarily replacing cloud AI completely, it's combining the strengths of both approaches. Here on TechChuckle, I've been experimenting with local AI tools like LM Studio and Comfy UI, and I think the future is likely some combination of local and cloud systems working together. Imagine using a powerful cloud model as the planner or agent, while local tools handle tasks like image generation through Comfy UI, or run smaller language models directly on your own hardware. That gives you access to advanced capabilities while still keeping some of the workloads local and reducing overall costs. And based on what I've seen, local AI is becoming capable enough to play a much bigger role in these workflows than just a year ago. So if you're interested in local AI, AMD hardware, Comfy UI, and building practical AI systems, consider subscribing because that's exactly what we'll be exploring here in TechChuckle.